Hi, how are you? Welcome tonight. This is Tupperware Cooking with Tupperware. We are Champion Enterprises and we are a national company all over North America. We're thrilled to have you with us tonight on our bi-weekly cooking show. And so every other Tuesday night, you can find us again right here, same Zoom if you got invited to the Zoom link or on the Facebook studio page. So tonight we've got all kinds of fun meals and honestly, you've got 5 chefs tonight. And so we're going to get it started with a 2-star director, Loretta Tiber. And so Loretta is going to be making some salmon for us in the grill. Now, I don't know if you know about our grill. It's pretty amazing, and Loretta's going to share it all with you. If you see anything tonight that you would like to purchase, you just recontact your Tupperware representative that invited you here tonight and let her know, hey, I really need to get in on that. If there's a lot of things that you'd like, you might want to consider joining the team and getting a discount. So if there's anybody here that would like to have an additional discount, talk to your Tupperware rep about that. And if you're here with part of a party, how fun is that? And so you can always do a Tupperware party and let that Tupperware party zoom in on our cooking class every other Tuesday night and get extra recipes and extra ideas. And your Tupperware rep will have all of our recipes from tonight as well. So if you'd like to get in on a copy emailed to you or faxed to you or message to you, you can get it that way too. So we have a lot of fun for tonight and we want to get it started. Let's get this party started. And so right now, let's turn it over to Loretta. Loretta Tiber, are you ready?
All right, okay. So I'm excited to share with you guys tonight. I am going to make grilled asparagus with the tahini lemon sauce, along with grilled salmon lemon garlic sauce. Okay, now if you would have asked me to do this for you, like even a couple years ago, I would have said, I don't cook fish. All right, I don't cook fish. Anyway, so I had to change my lifestyle and I had to start eating more fish. And this grill came along. It's the Micro Pro grill from Tupperware. It is like, it sits on the top of my microwave. It's an appliance that I don't need a plug for, okay? It's an amazing product that you're gonna love. It's gonna be a superhero in your kitchen, okay? So the way it works, it's actually a grill, and yes, it uses the microwave. So it's gonna give you the taste and feel of a grill, but it's gonna use the speed of a microwave, all right? So faster than you can preheat the grill. I could be done, all right? So you're gonna see that my salmon tonight takes about 3, maybe 4 minutes, all right? So sometimes in 10 minutes, I can get a gourmet meal on the table. So whether you're doing a sweet, a gourmet meal for Valentine's Day for you and your special someone or a special occasion, the grill is gonna be a lifesaver, okay? So first of all, the grill has these nonstick surfaces, all right? There are 2 special plates, one on the bottom and one on the top, okay? These plates will heat up to almost 500 degrees, I don't know, maybe 480, something like that, in about a minute or so. So in a minute or so, I have like a 480-degree grill ready to go, all right? So you're thinking, how does this go in the microwave? Well, Tupperware is very innovative and they've got a huge research and development department. But this metal right here is going to, of course, you know, it's gonna, like those microwaves can't get past the microwave. So where are they gonna go? They get absorbed into these special plates, and it's got enough silicone wrap on there that you don't have to worry, no, it's not gonna catch on fire. You can put this in the microwave, okay? Now, if you're grilling, of course, you're gonna put this plate down so the food grills, all right? If you're doing more of a casserole, then you wanna put it in casserole position, and I don't know if you can see, but there's like a little gap there, and so this will sit above, okay? And sometimes if you're doing something like an egg souffle kind of thing, those eggs sometimes they get really poofy. I'll put it in the diamond position so give it a little more airflow to get around it, okay? So kind of like crisscross there. Anyway, so tonight, and there's also a ring, and you're gonna see a demo on the ring part of it too for baking. So tonight I'm actually gonna be grilling. Now I wanna get this grill nice and hot. Okay, so if you're grilling, you've already preheated your grill. So at this point, if I put the meat or whatever in here, it's gonna first have to heat up and then it's gonna create moisture and it's not gonna give me that real grill that I want, okay? So what I'm gonna do to pre-grill it is I'm gonna toast some sliced almonds, okay? You could preheat it with a slice of bread or anything like that. So I'm just gonna do so I'm gonna use my toasted almonds later on for my topping on my asparagus, okay? And I'm using our gorgeous draw counterscapes here. And they're called counterscapes because it's like landscaping for your counter. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the microwave. I'm gonna give it about a minute and a half. Now you're gonna know your microwave. Every microwave is just a little bit different, okay?
Excuse me, Loretta.
Yes?
They need you to talk louder.
Louder? Dang it. All right, let me move this closer because I thought I was talking loud. Can you hear me now? Am I good?
Much better. Good.
Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I'll work on getting a lavalier, whatever the heck the headphone thingy is. But I didn't have a chance to get it ready for today. All right. So I've got toasted almonds preheating my grill right now for my asparagus. Okay. So you want to get that grill nice and hot so you're actually grilling your food. Because if you put it in there without that, you're actually gonna have to heat up the meat, and then it's gonna get moisture, and it's not gonna give you that grill effect that you really want. Okay. So I have my beautiful counterscapes here that I have almonds. I have my salt and pepper in here. They sit on my countertop because it's like landscaping for your counter. So Tupperware calls them counterscapes. Okay. Love, love, love it. So also check your microwave. Every microwave is a little different. So I know how long it takes to preheat my microwave. So while that's happening, I'm going to get my asparagus ready, which I love inside of my fridge smarts. We're going to keep all your produce fresher longer. And I'm telling you, in this season with COVID and not wanting to go to the grocery store that often, you definitely want to invest in our fridge smart containers. Okay. Now these asparagus, I've already pre-washed them and everything. And I wanted to say one to show you when you're cleaning asparagus, you don't want to cut the ends off. All right. You actually want to use your hands and kind of feel where you feel a snap. When you hear a snap, that's the end of the asparagus. Because you don't want that really, the end of the asparagus can be really tough. You don't really want that in your food, okay? So I've already got that ready to go. All right. Now, our MicroPro grill is gonna get hot. So there's these handles on the side here. So you always wanna reach for the handles, okay? Now, once you use this a couple times in a row, it's gonna get super hot. You might wanna use your oven mitts for that, okay? Ooh, beautiful. Toasted almonds right here. All right, they're nice and toasted. Oh, did you ever toast almonds or pecans or anything? It just smells so good. I mean, that's just the whole experience of cooking, is those wonderful aromas that create wonderful memories for you and your family, okay? So that's nice and toasty warm. So now I'm gonna put my asparagus, and I'm just gonna put enough in here for a meal, whatever. You can fill it up. I'm just gonna do a little bit because I'm not gonna actually eat this tonight. We're gonna eat this tomorrow. I'm gonna take some olive oil, love my olive oil, and I'm just gonna drizzle some on top. And this is our beautiful tilt and serve. I don't have to worry, like sometimes your hands are dirty and you don't want to keep the cover off, whatever. I don't have to worry about put anything. This just tilt. As you tilt, it opens up and it is dripless. All right, so I just put some olive oil on there. And I don't know if you can hear, but it's like sizzling. It's hot. All right, so it's probably around 400 degrees right now. I'm using my beautiful pink Himalayan salt, a little bit, okay? And they've got these beautiful scoops in the inside of the cover. So I don't have to run around looking for that little teaspoon, all right? I already have it built in. So a little bit of pepper, all right? Just gonna season that up. And I'm going to put this back in the microwave. All right, I used the grill position, all right? You can do asparagus, you could do green beans, and I'm gonna do 5 minutes, all right? So 5 minutes, all right? You can do any vegetable you want. You wanna do herb potatoes. I think Lori did some scallop potatoes the other day. I mean, whatever you wanna use. So I always start with my vegetable because that's gonna get my grill nice and hot. So while that's happening, I'm gonna make my tahini lemon sauce for my asparagus, all right? So this calls for 1/4 cup of lemon juice, which I already used our zest and press. So this is the press part, okay? And this is the half of the lemon that I used, all right? That half a lemon created 1/4 cup of lemon juice, all right? So I'm gonna pour that down inside there. And of course I'm using our famous measuring cups and spoons. I'm also gonna do 2 tablespoons of tahini. So tahini is a lot of Mediterranean dishes use tahini. They use it to flavor your hummus, okay? And right here, all my tablespoons fit together. So I'm looking for 2 tablespoons. And I can have this ready, prepped ahead of time because it doesn't tip over. But I'm just gonna scoop this in here right now. So 1, 2, and tahini, it really is nothing but sesame seeds. It's ground up sesame seeds, all right? So really super healthy for you, a nice Mediterranean flavor. Might need that again. So I got that going on. Then we're gonna add, oh, and what am I using for this? This is our smooth chopper. By the way, our grill is our feature for the month of February, all right? Let's grill it up and stay hot in February. Make those fun Valentine meals for your family or for you and a loved one. And also our smooth chopper is featured, okay? It's a cross between our little chop and prep and our Power Chef, okay? Because this one also comes with a whisk, so you can do your dressings. A garlic clove grated. Now what I did is I actually took a garlic clove and I didn't want to just chop it up because I could chop it up in the smooth chopper because I'm making more of a sauce and I don't want it minced. I don't want like little chunks of garlic, okay? I wanted more of a creamy garlic to go into my sauce, all right? So I took the garlic and I just used the zest. Okay, so zester, this is part of our zest and press, comes together, all right? So in the one part, you're gonna press your lemons and your limes, and the other side is a little zester, okay? So I actually took the garlic and I just zested it. So it gives it that really more of a smooth kind of feel instead of that really chunky kind of garlic, okay? Because we want a nice real sauce. I already have a garlic clove down inside of there. And I'm just gonna whip that up. Oops. Check this out. I had the blades instead of the whipper in there. So I'm just doing the dressing. So I'm just gonna add that. The blades instead. Now I'm turning the water on because I need some warm water, okay? So I'm gonna whisk the tahini, the lemon juice, the garlic, oh, and a little bit of salt. A little bit of salt, all right? So half a teaspoon of salt. I'll throw that down inside of there. And then I'm gonna slowly add about a tablespoon at a time of warm water. Now check this out. All right, you can do this by hand with a spork or a spork. Is there such a thing? A little whisk, whatever. But if you really want to emulsify and really get that creamy blend, you want to use the smooth chopper. Because check this out, this is whipping it up like crazy, okay? Now I'm gonna add a little bit of warm water, about a tablespoon at a time, until I get the thickness, the consistency of the sauce that I want, all right? If you like it really creamy, you might not want to add any at all. If you want it more saucy, you're gonna add a little bit of water. I'm just gonna add like 1 tablespoon of nice warm water to this, okay? And just blend it again, all right? So that asparagus is grilling up. You wanna make sure the little prongs are, and then you're just gonna turn this, okay? And you're just gonna whip. Now this is great to do with the family. If you've got kids, I don't know, when my kids were little, they always wanted to help me out in the kitchen. So this is fun to do with the kids. You can have them whip all they want, okay? So I'm gonna check it. Ooh, that looks good to me, all right? So it really just depends on your personal preference on how saucy you wanna make this, okay? So I'm gonna put this inside of, what am I gonna put this inside of? All right, I'll use one of our little cup bowls. I love our clearly elegant bowls. All right, they look like glass, but they are not. I'm telling you, since we're on social media so much these days, I have people asking me all the time, wow, you have glass bowls? Because they look like glass in the catalog, but they're not, guys. No, we are Tupperware. This is Tupperware. So our clearly elegant, our beautiful little prep bowls, you can use them for snack bowls. All right, they have seals that come with them. All right, so here's my asparagus. Ooh, it is sizzling. Can you guys hear the sizzle? You probably can't, but anyway. I loved it the other day. My son came downstairs and he goes, Mom, I love that sound. I'm like, sound of what? He goes, I love the sound of the sizzle. I don't know what it was, but he just loves that sizzle sound. Okay, so let's check this out. Ooh, check this out. Beautifully charred. That was, can you see, 5 minutes. That was 5 minutes in my grill. So I'm just gonna take that asparagus out. Oh, sorry guys. It was a little crazy afternoon here. You don't have to forgive me. All right, so here's my asparagus all ready to go, and I'll add the sauce to that. So while this is sizzling, I'm gonna take my salmon, all right? Honestly, guys, it's gonna take 3 minutes, all right? Now, our special right now is if you purchase the grill, you're gonna get the large spatula that I've got going on. Now, I'm gonna put it skin side down, okay? Skin side down. And I've got 4 pieces in here. This will make a beautiful salad tomorrow. It'll make a beautiful dinner tonight. Okay, so leftover. So 4, this was 1 pound. So I had her slice me 4 fillets out of it. Fits perfectly in my grill, okay? Now you wanna stay away from the well because that's where like the moisture will drain, and you wanna keep it on the grill plate, okay? Yeah, probably can't see that here. All right, so now for the salmon, I'm actually going to top it with, yeah, here we go. Place salmon grill, and yep, I want that one. We're gonna sprinkle just a little bit of olive oil on the top here, okay? And I'm not gonna add any salt or anything to this. I might add a little bit of pepper to it because salt is gonna create moisture and it's gonna not give me that grill effect that I want, okay? Let's see, all right, so now we're gonna put this in the microwave. I'm gonna start with 3 minutes. Better to start under than to go over, okay? So 3 minutes. All right, and you test your microwave. Every microwave is gonna be a little bit different. You might add 30 seconds or take away 30 seconds, okay? Now, while that's happening, I'm going to make my lemon garlic sauce for my topping for my salmon, okay? So while that's going on, we are going to add, we're gonna whisk together olive oil, which is 2 tablespoons. Use my tablespoon again. Here we go. 1. And again, I'm going to use the whisk. Okay. So 1 and 2. I'm telling you, I use my smooth chopper for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If I'm doing a little tuna salad, if I'm doing a smoothie in the morning, which I think maybe someone might even show you that. All right, we're going to add see the olive oil, garlic. This time I'm going to add 2 whole cloves, and this time I don't mind it being a little more minced. Okay, so I'm gonna chop up those ends. Now you always want to store your garlic at room temperature. All right, you do not want to put garlic in the fridge. It can start creating moisture and then get all like, yucky on you. And then I take my whole clove, I take the back of a chef's knife, which we have, and I smash it. All right, that will release all the wonderful health benefits of your garlic. Okay. And again, it's your personal preference how much you want to use, okay? So I put the garlic in there. I'm also going to put some fresh parsley, okay? Now, I want to use Italian flat parsley, not because I'm Italian, because it's actually healthier for you. It has more nutrients and vitamins than your curly parsley. Your curly parsley was actually developed to make it look pretty, to make things look pretty, okay? And that's great. And it still has health benefits. It's green, right, guys? All right, so I'm going to take some parsley. I want to chop that up down inside of there. Okay. I'm also going to add some lemon juice and the zest of a lemon. So I took and I already zested my lemon. Okay, here's my zest. And guys, this little spatula is a bonus when you get the smooth chopper this month only. All right. I love it because it'll get down inside of my zester into those little tiny places. Okay. So thank you, Tupperware, because our bigger spatula is awesome, but it doesn't get inside of my little zester. And okay, now you're wondering why do I need the zest? Oh my goodness, guys, you want to add a little zest? You want to spice up your meals? A lot of people don't like cooking because things are really bland. Well, the key is flavors. Add flavors, and not a lot. Okay, because when my husband cooks, he adds a lot. I go, you kind of blew it because there's like way too much. You want to balance those flavors out. So your garlic and your parsley together, they balance each other out, okay? The lemon zest, lots of nutrients and lots of flavors in the yellow part. So you want to zest. Okay, this is yellow, so you've already zested. Till you see white. When you see white, you stop because that's bitter. You don't want that part in your zest, okay? And we're also going to give it the whole, the lemon juice. So I'm going to squeeze the other side of my lemon, okay? Now it says a whole lemon. I don't like that much juice, all right? You can put the whole lemon in there if you want to, all right? And trust me, guys, you don't need a lot of muscle to do this because I do not have any upper arm strength, okay? But this lemon was a really, really thick one, Okay, I was kind of worried it wasn't gonna fit in my Zeston press, but it fit fine. And it totally will pop out and invert your, okay, check it out, all right? And it gave me a quarter cup of juice, all right? So I've got the juice down the side of there. And I think, what else do I need? Salt and pepper. Can't do anything without salt and pepper, right, guys? A little bit of salt. And again, up to your liking, okay? So I've got that down the side of there. Look at that. My salmon's done before I am. All right, so there's my topping for that. Then you get your beautiful china out. And you're going to add your beautiful asparagus to that. Okay. And then we're going to check our beautiful salmon over here. Now, guys, it's absolutely perfect. Perfect, all right? All right, absolutely. Look at that. Does it not look grilled from a grill? That was 3 minutes in my microwave, all right? And the skin just peels off beautifully. All right, so I'm gonna take my salmon over here and we're gonna add a little bit of the dressing to the salmon. Okay. Scoop right there. So this is my lemon. There we go. Garlic dressing. And I'm gonna add a little of my tahini. Who knows where I put it? Oh, here it is. Here's a little bit of my tahini sauce. And I'm gonna use that scoop again. I use that one, okay? And a little bit of tahini sauce right on top of here. My asparagus. Oh, who wants to come over for dinner? Okay. And I'm gonna take my beautiful toasted almonds right here. A little bit on the top, right there. Check this out, guys. If I wasn't talking and explaining to you, this would have been done in 10 minutes. Is that absolutely gorgeous? Don't you wish you were here? So check out the grill. I'm telling you, everything from eggs to chicken. I do chicken parm in here. I do potatoes in here. I roast vegetables in here. I reheat things in here. This is going to be a staple item in your kitchen. I'm telling you, all the time, along with all the other stuff. All right, so I hope you love the gourmet meal in 10 minutes with Tupperware. Ooh,
Thank you so much.
Make sure you go to your personal consultant and ask them to have a cooking show with just you and your friends or whatever. I mean, you want to get in on this grill feature right now. This is great.
Absolutely. Thank you, Loretta. You do want to get on the grill because right now the grill is featured in our mid-month, in our flyer, our February brochure. And what's so really cool about it is it's coming with the same price, but extra parts. And so you get the tongs, you get the center ring, and you also get the ability to have all kinds of recipes from our recipe group that we have set up. It is Tupperware Micro Pro Grill with Champions. It's a recipe group just for the grill. And so we do that to make it easy for you to have lots of choices on what you're going to make. I really like to use this for mini pizzas. I also do my bacon in it for my BLTs. And it's really fun to make a frittata in here with the ring. And I made a 3-layer cake. Of course, you make 1 layer at a time, but it's really pretty. And it's really yummy because of the way it bakes in there. It's just, it's not dry at all. So it's amazing moist cake. So did you enjoy that? You know, a couple of the things I really, really love that she talked about. One of them was our gorgeous, gorgeous bowls that we I love the Clearly Elegant. And my grandson, who is in daycare, takes the Clearly Elegant to school every day with his snacks in it. And when he pulls it out, he tells his teacher every day, it's not glass, because he's not allowed to have glass. And so he's 3. And so he pulled one out of my kitchen when he was up visiting last week. He goes, it's not glass. So I'm like, okay, buddy, it's not glass. So it's really, they do look like glass and they are so pretty. They're great for snacks in them. And I will tell you, I like to use the smallest one that's in the catalog. I use it for prep bowls. And I also use it for, I will keep in there cut up mushrooms and cut up onions and cut up grated up cheese and all that kind of stuff. So it's easy for you to pull out and make an omelet. Or I can make a salad bar, cut up peppers, just everything that you love to have in an omelet or love to have on a salad. And it's so versatile. And the biggest bowl is my fave because look how huge it is. This is the great big one that you can have a great big salad in, and it is so nice. And what I like the most about it is where can you get a beautiful glass looking salad bowl that you can have out on your table because it looks so pretty with the salad in it, but you can put it away with a seal and stack things on top of it when you're trying to get ready for dinner or trying to get ready for a big party. You can pre-prep your salad and then put the seal on it, put it in the refrigerator, and pull it out nice and crisp and ready to go for family and friends. So it's time for us to turn it over to our star director, Jeni Cheatham, and she is going to make us a amazing cold brew. So if you're not familiar with cold brew yet, she's got a fun drink that she's going to make us tonight. So let's turn it over to Jeni Cheatham, star director.
Hi guys, this is Studio 2 besides Studio 1, right? So I'm going to talk to you tonight about the cold brew. It is also in our sales flyer this week, but even if it's not, first thing we're going to do is talk about the difference between cold brew and iced coffee. There's a big difference. When we first came out with this, everybody was like, well, what's the difference between cold brew and iced coffee? It's not that big a deal. Iced coffee is regular coffee that you pour over ice. There's a big difference. So cold brew is coffee that you can use coffee like regular coffee, or you can get whole beans, and it smells really good. So you take these, and we're gonna just put, this is our chop and prep. And you'll see a lot of us using a lot of the same things tonight, and that's because they're things we can't do without in the kitchen. So if you see things more than once or twice, you know that this is something you should really think about getting because you have to have it. So we're gonna put the whole beans in the chop and prep, and I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of my way as I use it. Love the modular made for the coffee beans because it always smells good whenever you open it up. So we're just gonna grind these ourselves, right? You can use that big machine. This is really easy. You can use the machine they have at the store, and that's great. But look at that, how fast that was. And we ground the coffee up. Now this, we're going to put the coffee itself inside this, inside the cold brew, okay? And there's 2 lines on this that shows you where to put it. I'm gonna use this funnel just because I'm messy. So we're gonna put that in there. All right, I'm gonna dump the rest of that in there. So this is up to the 2nd line on the cold brew. And this is all you have to do to make cold brew, okay? And I checked this out today. Do you know that the drink that I'm gonna make tonight, if you buy it at Starbucks or if you buy it even at McDonald's, it's $3 for a small one. And you can get probably 6 of these. We're making cold brew, a cold brew frappe, which sounds really fancy, but it's ice and cold brew, and it's iced milk. So you want to pour cold water into the middle part of the cold brew. And don't do it real fast because it comes up. But see, it's already starting to take the color of the coffee. And we're going to stop there. We're going to put this back on the top. And you put this in your refrigerator overnight, or 8 hours. If you do it first thing in the morning, it'll be ready that evening. That's it. That's all you have to do. So then, we're gonna put this over here. I'll put that in the refrigerator later because that's tomorrow's cold brew. Today's cold brew is already done. Look at that. It's beautiful. I put that in last night. So when you go to do this, you're gonna take the top, and when you take the center out that has your coffee in it, just let it drain for a minute. But this thing is great to put this in because there's still going to be a little bit coming out and you don't want to make a mess. So you're going to put that there. Back and forth. Now, this is so simple and so good. The first thing I'm going to do, these are our ice cube trays. They have silicone bottoms, so all you have to do is pop this little tab and your ice cubes come out, which is so much easier than trying to, I don't know if you guys remember the old ice cube trays, the metal ones that you had to pull up and you got like your fingers stuck to it. No fun. Okay, so we're gonna pop out 8 of these, and this is milk. All this is frozen milk. So if you have milk that's getting ready to go out of date, or, and you can use anything. You can use almond milk, you can use any kind of milk you want to. All right, so we're just gonna use 8 of those. Love just being able to turn around and put that there. All right, and this is our Power Chef, okay? This is the big one that goes with the little one I use to grind the coffee. You can buy them together. I love this. This is good for so many things. All we have to do for this, we use a cup of the cold brew. And the 8 ice cubes. Now this is not quiet, so it's hard to do this and sneak making it. So when you make it, you have to share because people are going to hear you. Okay, and I'm that person, I count. So that was 25 pulls. We're going to take this out. But this is what you get. It's like a frozen cup of coffee. And we're going to take, these are Tupperware glasses. I'm going to pour this in here, okay? Pam would like Bailey's in hers this evening.
It's Irish cream.
Irish cream, okay. So, all right then. All right, and you do get enough for 2 of these, right?
Okay, Jim's gonna bring you babies.
All right, Jim's gonna fix this for us. So, you know, you can always change up a recipe. There's nothing saying that you can't change up a recipe. Now, the way this actually is written is you put, you can grate chocolate over it. You can put chocolate in it. So am I waiting for the Baileys before I put in the whipped cream? Yes.
Missy's fast.
Okay.
Go ahead, do it.
All right. We're gonna do one with and one without. So we're gonna put some whipped cream on here. And then we can make it pretty, all right? So you can either use chocolate syrup or you can use this amazing caramel stuff. Just take a spoon.
Ron Bailey's use that.
And we're just gonna drizzle a little bit of caramel over the top. So now you have like a salted caramel cold brew. And then I'm gonna take these little chocolate chips and just kind of put them over the top. You can also do some grated chocolate and put it in this one.
You could use this for Irish coffee.
We have Irish coffee. They are not good. They're giving me lots of choices for later on, okay? And then you just use one of our Tupperware straws. These are so good and they taste great. Very simple. It was fast and easy. Power Chef, cold brew. But that cold brew, we have so many different recipes for that and you can use all kinds of flavors. There's Torani syrup. There's all kinds of, there's skinny syrups. Until I put the caramel and the chocolate chips in this, which is perfect Weight Watchers thing because you can use any kind of milk that you use for the Weight Watchers and it's coffee. There's no sugar in this, nothing like that. So I'm gonna go drink this and Kevin Farrell is gonna talk to you about a different product that he uses to make drinks. And you guys are gonna wish that you were here with me.
Yeah, there you go. But before we go to Kevin, we have our first game. We have amazing products I love in my kitchen. And I use these for snacks. And usually they have pecans and cashews and wasabi peas and I'm trying to look over there, peanuts, all kinds of healthy snacks all the time. If you have children, they can have goldfish. They look really pretty setting out on the counter. They're beautiful candy dishes if you want to take them to work with you or set them on your desk. They're a pretty gift. And so I really like them so much. And we have M&Ms in here. It's not completely full, but I do have them counted. And so we need you to tell us how many M&Ms are in the product. How many M&Ms are in there? So when you guess the M&Ms, the closest without going over, you're going to be a winner tonight, and we're going to send you free Tupperware. So give it up. Oh, what you got? The Baileys? You found the Baileys.
He found the Baileys.
It was behind the one.
Jim was hiding the
Yeah.
Baileys.
All right, a
How much
shot.
Baileys do you pour in here?
A shot.
Just a shot.
That's what it is. It's got chocolate. Okay.
Who's drinking the baby?
Thank you guys. Over to Kevin. Thank you.
We'll tell you how this went later.
Okay, Jenny, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So you guys, you can put Bailey's in your smoothie if you want, but tonight we're gonna do it without. So we're gonna be using our smooth chopper like you saw Loretta using earlier with your chopping blade. Simple ingredients, you guys, and it's whatever you wanna put in. So almond milk, Greek yogurt, a regular banana, not frozen, because my raspberries are actually frozen in my freezer, mate. So let's go ahead and do that. So give your almond milk a little shake, and I pour probably about up halfway, you guys. That might be about 2 cups. There's little markings on the side. And then I want to add my yogurt. I like to use vanilla yogurt, and I usually do like maybe 2 spoonfuls of that. It's however thick you want to make it. Make sure you don't get anything down in that little gear mechanism, because that's important that you don't get anything in there. Then I'm going to add my banana, and this is just half a banana, you guys. Also using my little Clearly Elegant bowls. I love those. They're not glass, right, Pam? And then let's do our frozen raspberries. Now, if you're doing frozen strawberries, you want to cut them up into smaller pieces, you guys. Raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries, I just go ahead and freeze them as soon as I bring them home from the store and put them in my freezer. Love these. They're perfect, and these are on sale right now. And then put your mechanism here on the top, lock it into place, and then you just go to town, you guys. And this is so fast and easy. You can add protein powder to this if you want. If you're doing a vanilla one and you want to add some cocoa powder, you can make it nice and chocolatey. But what I like is that you're not having to put ice in here, you guys, because the frozen berries is what's going to make it all nice and frozen and delicious. So I got that all mixed up real good. Let's get that out of the way. And then I just pour it into my glass. It's a little chunky. You might want to go a little bit longer, because if you're using one of your eco straws, you don't want to get a raspberry stuck up your straw. But you guys, it's so simple and easy. And we love, love, love our smooth chopper. So thank you guys. Enjoy. Back to you, Pam.
That was a great demo. And so now you have choices. I love choices. A smoothie, or in the smoothie maker, or if you want to use the large Power Chef and the mini chopper, you can create that amazing drink that Jenny just created with our cold brew. Now, our cold brew is something I love having cold brew in the house, because it has no acid like the regular coffee has in your stomach. A lot lower to none. All right. And the other thing that's really cool about the cold brew is it does have a little more caffeine, so it's kind of got a little pop to it, but it is really, really, really smooth. And I just love the smoothness of the cold brew, because you don't have that buildup of the bitter taste from the heating and the elements and stuff like that in the metal and heating anytime you make coffee. So did you like it so far? Some great recipes and some fun tonight, right? All right, and so our next demo is Ellen, and she's going to talk to us about our Fridge Smarts containers, Free Smart containers. And the Free Smart containers are an amazing product, and as well featured in our flyer this month at a special price. So you want to check that out with your Tupperware lady. So don't forget to go back to your Tupperware lady and say, hey, this is what I need tonight after you see it tonight, or just get the recipes, whatever you want. And also, I want to tell you, when Kevin did that demo of that smoothie, I assume you probably thought that's a really cool product as well. I like the large one and the small one to start out with that you saw Jenny use tonight, and they come in our large kit. So if you're interested in the very best price tonight, it would be our large kit, so you can look into that. We have a medium kit as well, and then we have a virtual opportunity to come in with no kit at all and just $15 investment. You can talk to your Tupperware rep about that if you want to hear the information, and we do help you. And so you might be in business for yourself, but you're never in business by yourself when you're with us, because we will help you grow your business. And so just like tonight, we're working together, and let's turn it over now to Ellen. She is a 5-star director, Ellen Lewis. Thank you, Ellen.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ellen. And got a little feedback. I've been in Tupperware about 13 years. And when I first started in Tupperware, honestly, I did not really see a need for my life at the time for freezer mates or freeze smarts or whatever they're called now, freezer containers, just because that's not the way our lifestyle was at the time. But as life evolves and the family gets bigger and they come and go and all that good stuff, I started seeing a need more and more to have freezer mates to put my freezer stuff in. So, and the thing that I love about them is meal prep. I do a lot of meal prepping. When the kids were little, my idea of meal prep was Encore Salisbury steak. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. Okay. It was cheap and both my kids ate it. And it was just like super easy to do, right? I didn't have to do anything, just pop it right into the oven. So that was my idea of meal prep. But as things evolved and their taste buds evolved as well as my own, I started making more and more food from scratch. Before it was like Sunday dinners from scratch and everything else was kind of grab and go. But now I'm making more and more stuff from scratch. And when I say from scratch, don't be intimidated by that. I used to be really intimidated when somebody would say that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like totally not a chef. But I just mean using whole ingredients, right? Not necessarily, I try to shy away from the stuff in the box because it just has so many ingredients that I can't pronounce. And that does not agree with my body. And I'm sure some of you might feel the same way, right? But convenience wins, right? And you're just like, well, you know what, it doesn't make me feel well, but I'm going to do it because I just don't have time. Well, that's where our freezer containers came into play, was because I knew that it wasn't good for me and it wasn't feeling good in my body. And, but I didn't have the time, right? So the freezer mates are what really helped with that. Being able to double a recipe and freeze half of it. I know Kevin just shared about, getting the berries straight home from the store and putting them right into the freezer container and putting them into the freezer. That way you can buy them when they're on sale, when they're like buy one, get one, right? And you can freeze one of them and then use the other one fresh if you want to, or freeze them all. There's so many great options with these. And I love this size here because there's some recipes that I make that not everybody in the house likes, but I love. So I will make those recipes and make this size so I can just thaw this out just for myself. And then I don't have to worry about it. So when I'm here by myself at lunchtime or something like that, I can just kind of, or if the kids want like, one of those big box meals from McDonald's, I can't eat that. Not that I wouldn't want to, but I just can't. And so I will pop out something like this from the freezer for myself. And the thing that's so great about our freezer mates is that they are airtight. Okay. And before Tupperware and before I really, started freezing pre-made or food that I already made, right? You would see your meat would get freezer burn and things like that because you're just like throwing it into the freezer in the container that it came from the store in. When I say container, I mean the cellophane and the foam thingy, right? But with this, you'll see once you have it in the freezer for a while, when you take the top off, this whole top will be covered in crystals. I should actually just grab one out of my freezer, right? They're covered in crystals. And what that is, it's the moisture of the food trying to get out and it can't, right? It can't, it's stuck inside of here. And so that just kind of, when you take this out and you just thaw it right in the fridge, that moisture will go right back into the food. So it's great for that. Now you can also, what I do a lot of times, because I don't think ahead quite that much. And so I always forget to take meat out of the freezer and things like that. But these, you just kind of pull on the sides, they're flexible, and then you just pop it right out into one of our into a pan if you're just heating it up that way, or if you're putting it into one of our microwavable products. I wouldn't put these in the microwave, but I do use them for leftovers all the time, just straight into my refrigerator, not even the freezer. So and the kids use them in lunches too. And the other thing I love about these is they nest beautifully. So these two have the same size seal, right? So you don't have to worry about colors and the different sizes and such. And then they nest kind of backwards. The small one goes on the bottom and then the larger one goes on the top. And I don't have a lot of space in my kitchen for storage space for Tupperware products. So I try to get the ones that really nest down inside of each other. Now this container here, the thing that I love about this container is it's great if you make like pancakes over the weekend and then you make extra and you can line them up in here and they can pull them out, right? Or waffles, extra waffles. I always try to make extra French toast and waffles, and then they can put them right into the toaster for breakfasts, and it makes it super simple. But you can also line up hamburger in here too. And so you can make patties. I like to make fresh sausage, and it's like a chicken sage sort of sausage, and it's so delicious, very good for you, and wonderful flavors. It's so flavorful. But I will just line them up in there. I'll just line them right up there in here, and I'll just put some parchment paper between them so they don't stick to each other. But this size is so great for Jello. You can make Jello in here, right? So again, think outside the freezer. There's so many things that you can use this for. But even when you're just kind of getting ready to go somewhere and you're putting stuff in the cooler, maybe you're going to a cookout, you can put buns in here and keep them from getting all smashed and all that good stuff, right? So many different sizes for your freezer, and you'll find the combination and the ones that you love the most. I find these sizes here are the ones I use the most because I have dozens of them, and I'm not even kidding. I have so many of these sizes because I can easily take 2 of these out, right? Or I could take 4 of them out. But if I don't like I put spaghetti sauce in here, but then I'm like, oh, well, I'm just gonna, it's just for me and my husband. The kids are not here or whatever. And so I'm like, well, that's way too much spaghetti sauce for the 2 of us. So I like to use smaller containers because I can pull out multiples. And then that way I always have, I always have smaller portions if not everybody is home for dinner. So our freezer mates, you're going to love them, even if you're like me and you're going, Ellen, I just don't see the need for them in my house. I promise you, you get them in your kitchen and you start using them and you're just going to want more and more. I bought them for years. Every time they went on sale, I was like, I need another set. I need another set, right? And you will too, especially once you start seeing how quick and easy it is to meal prep and make extra soups and sauces and things like that and put them right into the freezer. So thanks, everybody. Back to you, Pam.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great job. And I love my freezer mates, and I agree with you. You don't realize you love them until you get them. And then they're so practical and so great to have. And the food is so much fresher when it's wrapped and properly in the freezer. We have self-defrosting freezers, and they pull and suck the moisture out of everything, like you said, and it doesn't deal well with food. And so you want good, fresh, frozen foods that come out and taste great as they went in, then yes, you want to protect them and wrap them properly. So our counterscape game, they come in a set of 2, remember, when you purchase them from your Tupperware rep, but we have 1 tonight. And so Jessica, you've got the magic number, right? Were you given the magic number, or are you doing it, Jeni?
I have the number.
Okay, who's the closest without going over? Now that our game's over.
We need to know the name of Samsung Galaxy Halo.
We need your name, Samsung Galaxy Halo. If you click on the top 3 dots on the right-hand corner, top right corner, you can click on that and it'll allow you to change your name. Because evidently you're a winner. We need to know where it goes. We have a prize for you. So Samsung Galaxy Halo. You can put it in the chat as well. Either way. We want to know we want to tell you you're a winner. All right. It doesn't matter if you're a guest or if you're a consultant, they all count. This is just a fun game for the first game. The second game we're ready to play right now is how old is Tupperware? This is for guests only. How old is Tupperware? I want you to tell me right now how many of you have Tupperware in your home that might be even 10 years old, 20 years old, 30 years old. Go ahead, put it in the chat. How old do you think Tupperware is? How old is the Tupperware in your kitchen? I have Tupperware, I know, that's probably 50 years old because it's my mother's Tupperware that I brought that's nostalgic for me, and so I wanted to keep it. Most of all my Tupperware is all the pretty stuff because I can. But I will tell you, I have some Tupperware that's nostalgic. And so how old is your oldest piece of Tupperware? And then how old's Tupperware? And so when the first person to guess the right age of Tupperware, we're going to give you a gift too. And it has to be a guest. It can't be a Tupperware rep or with us tonight. So
we need to know if Amanda is a guest or a consultant.
Amanda, are you a guest or a consultant? All right, and so next our demonstration is going to be from none other than our farm to table girl, and she does field to table, farm to table, and it is Angela Robaugh. She's making a cheesecake. Yum! All right, so let's turn it over to Angela Robaugh with her yummy cheesecake.
Hi, everybody. Can you see me? Okay, so one of the things that I have always made at Christmas time and Thanksgiving and things like that is a cheesecake. And she's talking about nostalgic. I remember growing up and having an easy bake oven and cooking with my mom in the kitchen and cooking with the Tupperware products that my mom and my grandma used to have. That's actually how I fell in love with the business. I wanted to get the kit because I needed things for my kitchen, and that was super cheap compared to buying it all separately. That was a great deal. So I wanted to get the kit. I didn't know that I actually wanted to be a Tupperware lady until later on. And as soon as I made that decision, within 6 months, I stepped up to a Tupperware director, and we have been going ever since. So, but around the holidays, one of my favorite things to make is a cheesecake. So Tupperware actually on our website gave us a cheesecake recipe. I have to show you this picture because look how yummy that looks. And the recipe is really similar to the one that I make at home for our family. That's been in our family. The recipe it's been in our family forever. So it does use a lot of different Tupperware products, and I'm super excited to show you guys that today. Of course, you know, I have to tell you all the things that I love about my MicroPro Grill. I have 3 kids at home, and they love eating, and I have 2 girls that are absolutely in love with chicken nuggets and chicken patties, right? So when I'm making something that is really fancy and good, and they're like, ew, I'm like, go get a chicken patty then, whatever. And this is great because they know how to cook with this. So they will use this, a frozen chicken patty that I do store in the freezer containers too, by the way. They'll go in there and grab a chicken patty or some chicken nuggets or French fries, and they can put this in there for 6 minutes, from frozen to on their plate, gonna eat it in 6 minutes. It's so great, especially when all the kids get back to school. And for those working moms, when they come home, the kids get home. This is super easy. It's in the microwave. They're not turning on the oven, anything like that. So I use this all the time for a lot of different things, which we've mentioned, or which the other girls have mentioned too. But, you know, our chicken breast, grilling chicken breast, grilling steak. We've had elk steak in here, and it was delicious. Quick chicken for on top of your salad. But today I'm going to show you guys a cool new recipe that I tried, and it's using the ring, the Pro Ring. So it just goes right down inside here, but you don't have to just use it in here. I actually have 2 of them because this will go on your silicone foam mat or just on a cookie sheet, and it goes in the oven too. So you can bake little mini easy bake oven cakes. It's so exciting. So this recipe is super easy. Basically what we're gonna do in the MicroPro Grill is just the crust. So I'm gonna show you that real quick. There's just a couple ingredients. They have, we have graham crackers, sugar, ground cinnamon, and unsalted butter. So this is our Power Chef system. It does come with the chopper blade, and it does come with a whipping blade also. And in the recipe that I do have, it says to use this with the whipping blade for the filling, but I'm going to use a different product that I'll show you here in just a minute. So we have all of those ingredients in here, and I have my little bit of melted, well, it was melted. Hang on just a second here. I'm going to warm it up for just a second here. I have melted butter in there, but this is really nice because this is our microwave pitcher, and you can melt your butter inside of here. You can melt chocolate inside of here, and it's never going to damage. It's never going to blister or bubble. And there's measuring embossed on the side, so you can see really nice and easy to measure that out. And okay, so here is our butter. we're gonna go ahead and pour it right inside of here. And all you do is just set it on and you give it a twist and it's on and ready to go. This is the bigger version of the smooth chopper. This is our Power Chef system. This one does come in a kit. Little short fast tool. And, you know, a little bit like what Ellen was saying. Yeah, you could buy graham cracker crust at the store. But everything tastes so much better and it's so much better for you if you just make it yourself. So, especially through COVID, I have noticed a lot of people are actually doing that because now we have time. You know, we have time to get things, we do have time to get the extra ingredients and time to make it and everything like that. So all we are gonna do is we're gonna pour this right inside of that ring. And everything's all mixed together. And because of that butter, it made it a little tougher. And real butter, of course, that's gonna taste absolutely delicious. Who doesn't like real butter in cookies and things like that? But this is so fun. We're gonna put it on 50% power in the microwave for 6 to 8 minutes after we squish this down. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna let that crust set up and get a little bit brown in there. So we're gonna set it on the casserole mode and we're gonna do 6 to 8 minutes. So I'm gonna put that in there, but I'm gonna do it later. So for the filling, we have, which I did, it goes in 2 parts. So the first part is cream cheese and vanilla and sugar, and it makes a little bit thicker of a mixture. And what's really nice is this is our Tupperware mix and whip. So the first part of the cheesecake is a little bit harder to mix by hand. You would want to, it's one of those times you would want to pull out the electric beater and mix that up to get it really nice and smooth. Well, this product is amazing because it does 2 different things. There's 2 different gears right here. We have level 2 and level 1. So on level 2 is for the harder things. So if you're doing a brownie batter and it has chocolate chunks in there, and it's, you know how when you were a kid and you're mixing that brownie or the cookie dough and it just gets really hard at the end and you're like, okay, mom, here, you finish it. Well, my kids love this because they get to do it all the way through. And this is really nice. When you put it on level 2, it's gonna mix those thicker, heavier batters. So this is a whole block of cream cheese. It went super fast, super easy, and no problem at all. You could use literally 2 fingers to spin this around. And I'm just barely holding it on the counter. It works phenomenal. So you mix all of those ingredients together, and then I set it aside in a bowl. And then the next part, which in my recipe that I always use, it's almost identical to this, but then I use that packet of Dream Whip. This recipe calls for just plain regular heavy whipping cream. So what I did was I put a 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream inside of here, and then we were gonna put it on the level 1 because that is gonna whip. It's gonna whip up that heavy whipping cream into your own homemade Cool Whip. So I just gave it a few spins, and actually it's already done. So it's a little bit harder to turn. And I'm gonna show you. Super fast, super easy. If you can see it, I don't know. But I have whipped cream. Yummy. So I whipped that up. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this all back in there and mix it together. And that's gonna be our filling. And I will post a picture of this for you later. And I will make sure Lydia gets the recipe so you guys can have this recipe. And all we do is put this back in there. And now because I put that thicker batter inside of here, I'm going to put it on level 2 and give it a spin. See how easy that is? Guys, there's cream cheese in there. You know how thick cream cheese is. And it whips it up and it goes both ways. So it's ambidextrous if you're right-handed or left-handed. That's going to whip it up for you really nice and easy. So then when it's all done, it's all mixed up, all nice and beautiful and smooth. We are gonna go ahead and use our freezer containers. By the way, these are my favorite too. I use them for leftovers. I use them in the refrigerator. I put my chicken, I'm picky about chicken breast. So I'll get the chicken and cut it long ways into like cutlets and stack them inside of the little ones with the orange seals on them. And that's how I store my chicken all the time. It's a system that I have in my freezer that I absolutely love. But these are really nice, not only for freezing, but you can make really yummy desserts that go in the freezer or in the refrigerator. But that Pro Ring, which I have one here, it's still in the package. But this Pro Ring fits right down inside of there, just like that. So when that's done cooking, I'm gonna pull it out and let it cool, and I'm gonna put it inside of here. I'm gonna put the filling in there and put it in the refrigerator or freezer to let it set up a little bit. And then my favorite, of course, is always fresh fruit to put on top. But our old-fashioned family recipe, we always go and buy a can of original country cherry. Country, get it? Haha. But it's just the cherry pie filling, and we put that on top. But for Valentine's Day, this is a great recipe. You can take these little cherries or little strawberries and put a little heart on top of it and have your own little cheesecake. It's a great thing to make with the kids. All of our products are very kid friendly, and my kids love being in the kitchen too. So I hope you guys enjoyed the recipe. We will post that for you. And that's all. Back to you, Pam.
So our magic winner on our magic number. Now remember, it's not completely full because I don't know what happened. There's M&Ms missing. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, there's 351 in here right now, all right? And so our winner for that was?
Faye.
Faye, congratulations, you're the lucky winner. You need to get your information, your name and address and phone number to your representative so she can get it to me so we can send you free Tupperware, all right? And then our other winner for the 75 years, Tupperware is 75 years young. And so how cool is that, right? And so 75 years of lifetime guarantee on all our product that says Tupperware and 75 years of building people and helping families. That's pretty cool. And we have won awards over and over and over again. I will tell you that tonight you saw the grill. The grill won the Red Dot Award, which in design and engineering is a very coveted award. And so we're very proud of that. But we win that Red Dot Award like quite often. Every couple of years we've got another product that wins that because it's such a great product in design. And our manufacturing plant in Hemingway, South Carolina, the lab is right in there and the design department, and it's so cool. We've gotten to go visit it several times, and one of the perks of being in Tupperware, earning trips and earning awards. But I will share with you that I love the fact that we are right now honored with a new trophy and that we are sustainable. And so we have won a trophy for 2020 as one of the most sustainable products and earth friendly. And that's pretty cool as well. So your Tupperware rep can get you a copy of that. We posted that on our team page. All right. And so our winner for the 75
Is Kimberly DeProto.
Kimberly, congratulations. Get your name, your address and phone number to your Tupperware rep so she can get it to me so we can send you free Tupperware, okay? Now, in closing, we want you to know for having a Tupperware party and having a Facebook Tupperware party, that's what we encourage right now, you get to have free Tupperware or half price Tupperware. So you get a really great perk for that. As you're watching tonight and you see things that you want, we want you to know that there are always multiple prices to Tupperware, to be honest with you. We have the half price for being a host. We have free for being a host. We also have a consultant price, and that is always an additional 25% savings for consultants. And so if you'd like to join the team, you can do that as well. And we also have a good price when we have our monthly sales. So if you'd like to be in touch with all of those all the time, you can tell your Tupperware her consultant to keep inviting you back, or you can also let her know that you'd like to be in her VIP group. Now, her VIP group is where she can post information and stuff just a little quicker. Probably you're going to see it there than you are going to see it anyplace else. And so that's kind of a cool thing to do. And then we have one more present for you. So if you're sitting here saying, you know, this is kind of fun, I like it, and I can't believe Ellen, 5-star director, sat at her kitchen table and worked tonight, right? I can't believe these girls are in their own kitchen and they're doing this live demonstration from their kitchen, and Kevin too, doing from their kitchen, and they're making this kind of fun in business. I want to tell you that Ellen makes 6 figures, all right? She's a 5-star, but this money can be really, really serious, or it can be fun as a hobby. So if you'd like to have 6 figures, or if you'd like to have a hobby, or if you'd like to have a personal discount, or you'd like to have a part-time career, fun job, then we'd love to have you. And I have a gift. These are really cool. And so this bag has got all kinds of fun stuff in it. Ooh, it's got really cool bling pens. It's got a Tupperware lanyard to brand your new business, should you join us tonight. And it's got a product, a Tupperware product in here. And it is ooh, look at that. Oh, on-the-go tumbler. I love these. This is really good for cold or hot. And we're going to send this to you tonight. It's called Pam Swag. And you get Pam Swag if you join our team tonight before midnight. And so if you'd like to be part of our fun champion team, and you'd like to be part of the fun cooking classes like this, we'd love to have you. And like I said before, don't feel like you need to know everything, because we like to teach you. And if you already know everything, then you can come in and teach us. That's okay too, all right? And so I hope you enjoyed it tonight. And we certainly enjoyed having you with us. Is there anything else I need to do?
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you so much for being with us. We'll make sure that we'll get that free Tupperware out to our guests that won tonight. Bye-bye.
Pam,
Yes,
we have to do the drawing for guest and host.
okay. Drawing for guest and host. Okay, thank you, Jessica. So how many hosts do we have on tonight?
We have 10 hosts on tonight and 15 guests tonight.
Okay, all right, so 10 hosts, that's awesome. And so our guests that are on tonight, you get free Tupperware. Our host gets, one guest gets free Tupperware, one host wins free Tupperware. So 1 through 10, you said, Jessica, for host?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Alexa, give me a number between 1 and 10. 9, who is your number 9 host on your list? Jessica?
Number 9 is Kimberly with Amy.
Kimberly with Amy.
Fredo.
Yay. Kimberly,
Yay.
close tonight.
She did.
Congratulations, Kimberly. I guess it's a sign. All right, and then our guests, we have, you said 15?
Yes.
15 guests. Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 15. 8. What's your number 8 guest on your list?
It's Melissa with Christy.
All right, Melissa with Christy, you're a winner. All right, so make sure you get your Tupperware rep, your address, and they get it to me so I can get free Tupperware to you. Thank you guys so much for being on with us. Bye-bye.